Well, hello racing fans, and welcome to our Gallop TV preview show for Fairview, Friday the 18th of July. We race on the poly track in Kabeja. I trust that you, the valued racing fan, is well. Apologies for the voice, but if you're feeling the same that I am, well, I wish you a speedy recovery, because it's not nice, and it is something that takes, I'm told, a bit of time to get rid of, but hopefully sooner rather than later. Grant Paddock on the line. Grant, apologies about the voice, but this flu is around everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, morning D's, morning punters. You got to be careful, D's. It's around everywhere, and once you get it, as I say, it takes a couple of days to get rid of it, that's for sure. But anyway, listen, back to the racing. Let's try and put the punters on the right ones for Friday.
Yeah, this will certainly brighten up my Friday, Grant, if we get things right. Let's begin in race number 1, which kicks off the bipod at 12:30, and it's over 1,000 meters. And we bring up the field and have a look at the betting. Number 1, Babu. Kelly Michi's runner is at 5-1. 12 to 10 shots here, Grant. Numbers 2 and 3, can't separate them in the betting market. And then horse number 5 is at 7-1. This horse, just one kiss, Grant, for Alan Krief. I don't know what happened, if you know anything, because the horse was fancied on debut and ran back of the field.
Yeah, 100% D's. Everything went wrong. She was touted to be a very, very smart horse. She got hung up in the pens a bit and got left and came out sideways, and that was her done. You'll see a different horse tomorrow, there's no doubt. If Ellen's found the right race, and if she's still got that ability she had before she ran her first race, she'll be very hard to beat. It's an absolute boat race between her and Budolia. Budolia, she's had 3 runs trying the poly now from a draw 4. She's probably got to improve a length or 2, but there's not going to be too much between them. They'll run 1-2, there's no doubt. Trifectas and quartets. You're looking at a horse like Salagadula, and the first time of Babu, she's had a few gallops on the poly. She's been there. She knows what to do. She could run into the back end of quartets. Very weak race to start with, D's, but you can bank either one of the 2 or the 3 in the bipod, and I'm tipping at 3, 2, 1, and 5.
Yeah, don't need out numbers 1 and 5, as Grant mentioned, if you're playing trifectas and quartets, but he thinks the winner will come from 2 or 3 in leg 1 of that bipod. Place accumulator at 13:05, 1,000 meters. Number 1, Brooksider, 5-2. 2, Flight Engineer is at 4-1. Number 3 is at 5-1. 4 at 4-1. Excuse me, Grant. And number 5 at 7-1, and 7 Ivy is at 3-1. It's a small field. We need help here, Grant, because it is the start of the place accumulator, and just judging by the betting, with a few, or shall I say, the entire field seem to be battling maidens here. It looks a tough race, but a nice quartet to catch.
Yeah, Dee, this is probably weaker than the first race, to be honest with you. The 2-year-old Ivy's got the claimer on, going to carry 50.5 kilos from 2 draws. Very strong front runner. Does prefer the poly 1,000, and she's probably going to be my first pick, there's no doubt. She's going to go out very hard, and the rest of them are going to have to try and make up the ground. It's a lot of weight for the likes of Brookside, Flight Engineer, and even Monaco to make up against a horse like Ivy, who's going to be off and gone with the 4 claimer on. She's definitely one of my horses in the place accumulator. My other horse is from the Duncan Mackenzie hard, Jason Gase, from a 1-draw stand up, holding decent form, and she's one of the few horses that are holding decent form. I think the race will be between those 2, but definitely a preference for Ivy with that bottom weight of 50.5 kilos. I'm tipping at 7-4, 2 and 1 D's.
Okay, 7-4, 2 and 1, and Grant's bet of choice for the show. I just had a look. It is the place accumulator, so we'll see how he's structured that. Pick 6 begins in race number 3 at 13:40. It's an open maiden over 1,400 meters. Number 1 at 5-1. 2 is trading at 2-1. Then we got the 14-10 shot here for Ree and Krief, Wild Fig, and it's double figures the balance. Looks like Alan's got the right race for this individual, Grant, because on what he's shown to date, whilst he's been costly, that has to be said. If he doesn't win here, then problems.
Yeah, definitely problems, Dees. This is the right race. He showed a lot more pace last time out. He went to the front. He actually went a little bit far too hard for a mile at Fairview in sticky going. If he takes to the poly and he runs similar tactics, he's got a very good draw at number 4. He'll be a very hard horse to beat, a peg back. The biggest danger is this horse, Pabadora, ran a very good race last on Monday. If he pulls up well and takes his place with Louis up, he's going to be a runner. Pyro Edition, another one from the Jean Nel yard. The yard is firing. They had 3 very good winners on Monday, and then maybe the Greek horse Physiologist to fill up the quartets. But I think Wild Fig's the right horse here, Dees, and I'm tipping at 6, 2, 1, and 3.
6, 2, 1, and 3. What will you do in the pick 6, Grant, if number 2 runs? The form update for number 2, by the way, racing fans, if you don't have it, ran second to Pardon Me on the 14th of July. What will you do in the pick 6 here, Grant, if 2 runs?
If 2 runs, it's going to be 2 and 6. Otherwise, if it gets scratched, it will just be the banker.
Okay, 6 a banker. So keep an eye on the declarations. As you know, the show recorded a day earlier. Race number 4, 1400 meters, jackpot 1, betting number 2, Coastal Part, 13 to 10. Then we got number 4, Silver Tycoon at 5 to 1, 5, Guarding the Wall at 9 to 2. This horse, Rototo, has been backed, one of the few runners that's been backed anti-post, 10 to 1 into 8 to 1. 9, Flower Festival at 7 to 1, and it's double figures, the balance. There's money about for this horse, Rototo. You just touched on it, Grant. The form of the stable is good.
These, very good, in fact, not a little bit. This horse opened up 10 to 1. It was a ludicrous price. He's my value bet on the day. There's no doubt he's drawn 1, having another run on the poly. A very good last run. He holds Guarding the Wall at the weights. If Guarding the Wall's 9 to 2, there's no reason why this horse is supposed to be 10 to 1. He should be a lot shorter. He's a massive runner. He's actually my first pick in the race. Coastal Path has had multiple opportunities to win weaker races than this and doesn't seem to want to get the job done. He's very good horse for the place accumulator, doesn't miss the first 2 or 3. And then the horse like Guarding the Wall, he's in form, he's holding his decent form. Sharon's Yard is in good form. He's got to be there and thereabouts. And then the back end of Quartet's Globetronic and horse like Silver Tycoon coming back from a bit of a break. But yeah, definitely Rototo for me, D's, and I'm tipping at 7, 2, 5, and 6.
Nice value there about number 7, Rototo. The 10 to 1 has been snapped up now into 8 to 1. Grant, you think this will start shorter?
Yeah, much shorter. Probably around 4 to 1, 9 to 2 Ds.
Okay, still some value if you're listening to the show earlier from Grant Paddock about number 7, Rototo. Then we move along to race number 5. It's over 1,000 meters, a merit-rated 96 handicap. And this horse, Paris Lass for Gavin Smith and Nirvan Steady, claiming 2.5 kgs. Yeah, she just won a super race last time out. The way she just kept going. She's built with speed. That's an asset for her, and that's where she wins her races. She's at 4 to 1. Number 2 is trading at 4 to 1. 3, Unconquerable Lady at 8 to 1. 4, Bomber Girl at 8 to 1. 5, Sahara Cat at 7 to 1. 6, Golden Pavilion at 5 to 2. And number 7, Crowned Hornbill is at 6 to 1. 2 things here, Grant. The first is when it comes to speed, there are some horses that are very quick here, and that's going to be what's the tactics going to be like. Are they going to try and match strides with number 1, Paris Lass, over this 1,000-meter trip, or she's just going to go start to finish like she usually does?
Yeah, I don't think there's a horse in Port Elizabeth that's quicker over 5 furlongs on poly than Paris Lass. But unfortunately, with Bomber Girl in the race, there's a good possibility that his throat will be cut. There's no doubt from draw 1, Bomber Girl's going to be off and gone. It did do that on Monday. We've got to have a look if it's going to run again. If it doesn't, then Paris Lass is even a better thing. She actually is my best bet on the card. She's superbly good over the Poly 1000. Nirvan Steady from a decent draw of 4. I still think at 4 to 1, she's going to be very, very hard to beat. Her biggest dangers here is obviously Golden Pavilion. There's quite a bit of talk for this horse, Golden Pavilion. He's probably going to let them go early and then hopefully can make up the ground. I had a look at the wind. There's a light headwind. I don't think it's really going to affect racing, but they're going to go really quick. Ellerix is another one. She ran 8 lengths behind Paris last time out, but she was drawn in the bush. She's now drawn at 3. She does very, very well over the Poly 1000. She's also another runner. And then obviously Bomber Girl, if she takes her place, she's going to be there and thereabouts. There's no doubt about it. I'm very strong on Paris Lass. She's my nap on the day, and I'm tipping at 1, 6, 2, and 4.
Well, some good confidence coming through there from Grant with number 1, Paris Lass. And one could say, if Grant's making this a nap on the day, 4-1 looks very attractive and inviting. Race number 6, 1,200 meters, fillies and mares, 70 handicap. And the betting is like so. Number 3, which is Marshmallow at 6-1, 4 Smashing at 5-2. We got number 5, Sweet Julia Grant for Gavin Smith and Calvin Habib, priced up at 17-10. I like your thoughts on that. Then we go along to number 10, Beneath the Moon at 8-1. Yeah, this horse, Sweet Julia, she's taking a long time to win, Grant. She's still a one-time winner for 408 days. 17-10, was that something you'd look at?
No, Dees. I do think it's an absolute boat race between Smashing and Sweet Julia. Unfortunately, Sweet Julia is drawn out at 9. Again, her last run was absolutely superb. She swung for Homestone last, and she made up a massive amount of ground. Unfortunately, it's not going to be easy. She's probably going to have to do it the same way. But Smashing, now drawn 1, down 3 kilograms on that last run. She's going to be very hard to beat, Smashing. And Sweet Julia is going to be running on very late. It's a very good exactor for the day, a good exactor for Hollywood Racing, and I'm tipping it 4, 5, 8, and 6.
Okay, Grant Paddock in the camp of Hollywood Racing here. He thinks they will dominate between numbers 4 and 5 in race number 6, and judging by his comments, you only need 2 runners in all your exotics. Race number 7, 1,600 meters, fillies and mares, 80 handicap. Number 1, Bosney, that's trading at 4-1. A horse that's in very good form, and although poorly drawn, I think should get over easily to race up handy, because that's where she runs best. Number 3, Treasure Hunt at 8-1. Number 4, Family Power for Gavin Smith is at 13-10. A winner first up for the stable, and 6-1. Number 7, double figures the balance. Over to you, Grant.
Yeah, these fillies and mares handicap, you always got to prick your ears, but this filly, Bosney, she really won a good race. I didn't think she was going to stay 1,800 meters last time out, and they took her to the front, and she stayed every inch of the trip. So, Bosney, solid runner. 4 claimer on once again, take the weight off. You know what she's going to be doing. It's going to be a genuine pace. There's no doubt about that. Treasure Hunt, on the other hand, nice draw, good form, loves the course and distance. Can't miss the first 3. And then this filly, Family Power, won a very good race first time out on the grass. She was touted to be unbeatable, and she won very, very well. Now trying the Poly from a bad draw. There are some question marks there, there's no doubt. And then this filly, Amazing Colours, has got all the ability in the world. And with Louis Mkoto up, you can't leave it out of trifectas and quartet. Difficult kind of a race, D's. I'm tipping it 1, 3, 4, and 5.
So Grant Paddock taking on the favourite Family Power at 13-10 with numbers 1 and 3. Then we close things off in race number 8, and we should end things off at 20-5, 1640. It's 2,000 meters, a merit-weighted 66 handicap, an E-division class, and it's all about the ability to stay. And the number 3, Darling Harbour, is at 4-1. No issues with the distance. 4, Beer with the Boys. Well, Justin Snate has Richard Ferree on, and that's trading at 9-10. Then we got number 8, Take Your Time, at 4-1. And number 10, Mothership, at 8-1. I know this horse from Cape Town, Grant, number 4, Beer with the Boys. Not the most reliable, but fairly consistent. 9-10 against this type of field. Does the fixed odds betting market have it right, pricing this horse in the red?
No, I don't think so, Dees, to be very honest with you. I've also followed him in Cape Town. A very one-paced horse. I think this poly track is going to be too quick for him, to be honest with you. You know, we don't hang around and wait for you to get yourself a position. We jump and we run. I think he might be lagging a bit too far behind him, and with too much to make up, 9-10, he's definitely not for. He's got to be in the places I'm sure he'll be running on late. A filly like Darling Harbour's holding solid, good form, course and distance form. The The Appy takes 1.5 off, and Brevon's really riding super well. And a filly like Take Your Time, also another one, got good form. Will he enjoy stepping up into, there's no doubt. It was JC Boertjes taking 4 off the back, only 51.5. Got to be a big runner as well. These I'm prepared to take the favourite on here, and I'm tipping at 3, 4, 8, and 2.
3, 4, 8, and 2 for Grant, and taking on the favourite with the 4-year-old filly, number 3, Darling Harbour. Let's get straight into your suggested bet, Grant. It is up on screen.
Thank you very much, Dee. Best bet, race 5, number 1, Paris Lass, and my value bet, race 4, number 7, Rototo. The suggested bet to place accumulator goes as follows. We open up with 4 and 7, by 2 and 6, by 2, 5, 7, by Banker 1, by 4 and 5, by 1 and 3, by 3 and 4, for 96 Rand full unit.
Okay, that place accumulator is 96 Rand, but I must remind you that Grant Paddock has put up a best bet on the card, and at the time of recording, Paris Lass is trading at 4-1. He's put up a value bet on the card, Rototo, and at the time of recording, the horse is trading at 8-1. He's found some tremendous value here, and hopefully things fall into place. Grant, I'm hoping, so hoping, that those 2 runners that you picked out come through for our valued racing fans, because you've picked up some decent prices on both those horses.
Yeah, 100%. D's, we did well on Monday with a 3-1 nap and a 10-1 value, so hopefully we can carry it on to tomorrow. And good luck to those punters playing tomorrow, D's, and hopefully you get better soon, my man, and I'll chat to you soon. Goodbye.
Thanks to Grant Paddock. On behalf of Grant Paddock, Gallop TV, and myself, Deez Diner, and to the valued racing fan, it's the start of the weekend. It's Friday in Gqeberha. Have a blast. Find all the winners, and hopefully it turns out to be a wonderful, successful day for you, the valued racing fan. Until we meet again, you take care. Salani Gashle.